Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are thinking about bleaching your hair or dyeing your hair, but you don't really know how to go about it or you don't know what products to get, then hopefully this can help you out and make things a little bit easier. So recently I filmed a video showing you guys the process of me bleaching my hair and dyeing it. In that video I'm really just showing you guys the entire process, but I just felt like I wanted to do a more in-depth sit-down video. That way I can really talk about what steps I did and what I've learned from this whole hair bleaching and dyeing process. Just a disclaimer, I obviously am not a professional. Going into it, I really just researched a lot online and watched a ton of YouTube videos. So obviously you might want to take what I'm saying with a grain of salt and just be very careful when it comes to your hair, because everybody's hair is different and your hair might not react the same way to the products that I'm using, or if you do have previously dyed hair, it might not take as well to the bleach or the color. For this video, I will be splitting it up into different sections, and I'm going to leave all the timestamps to all the different parts of this video in the description box, so that way it's a lot more clear. So if you want to skip to the bleaching part or the dyeing part, you can do that. But anyways, let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the first thing that you have to know when it comes to bleaching your hair is there are different hair levels. So level 1 being the darkest, like a black color, and then 10 being a very, very light, almost platinum blonde. There are tons of different charts online, but basically I'm just going to insert one. When you're bleaching your hair, you're stripping away some of the color, and what shows through is very warm tones. So that's why you get red or orange or yellow. And depending on how light you want your end result to be, you want to bleach your hair to a certain level. So let's say if you have a dark brown hair color, you can't just dye over it with a dark ash blonde and expect to come out that color, because you have to get rid of some of the natural pigments in your hair to be able to get to a lighter color. If you were trying to go platinum blonde, then obviously you would have to bleach your hair a lot more, so that way you can end up getting to a very light color. But it really depends on how light you want to go. That determines how much you're going to bleach your hair. It also depends on where you're starting out as. So for me, I was starting out as a level 2. My natural hair color shows up as black, but really it's more of a very, very dark brown. I was trying to go from a level 2 to around a level 6 or level 7, which is dark ash blonde / light ash brown. And so that meant I had to bleach my hair around 4 to 5 levels. And I think it's really helpful to actually look at one of these charts and figure out what your natural hair level is and what level you're trying to get it to. That way you're not doing extra unnecessary damage to your hair. You're not bleaching it to a level 8 or 9 when in reality you just want a level 5 color. And after you bleach your hair to the level that you want it, that's when you go in with a dye of the same level, and then you can dye over that color and get to the end result that you want. So after you figure out what hair level you are at and what hair level you want to achieve, then you can go ahead and figure out what products you're going to buy. So obviously you're going to need a bleach powder and also a developer. There are different volumes of developers. There's 10 vol, 20 vol, 30 vol, and 40 vol. The higher the number, the more powerful the developer is and the more it can lighten your hair. 20 vol and 30 vol are the most common. 30 vol is, I think, the standard for most salons. That is what they will use. 40 vol is super potent. It's not really recommended for you to use at home. Unless maybe you're trying to get to a platinum blonde, you really don't need to use it. It's just way too damaging for your hair. And then as for 10 vol, that is just for depositing color. So 10 vol isn't something that you would use if you're actually trying to, lighten your hair color. So I ended up getting both 20 vol and 30 vol. And I use 20 vol to bleach my roots and then 30 vol to bleach the lengths of my hair. The reason you want to use a weaker developer for your roots is because your scalp naturally has heat, and that helps the bleach process a lot faster, and it can accelerate how much your hair lightens. So you don't need to get 30 vol if you're just doing your roots. And also another thing is that 20 vol, since it's weaker, it doesn't make your scalp itch as much. so it's less irritating overall and less damage, so why not So that is just my little breakdown for the developer. As for the lightener or the bleach powder, I don't think the brand matters too much, but I ended up getting the L'Oreal Quick Blue Lightener. That one is super popular and it has a lot of good reviews. It's not super expensive, it works well, and if you're not really sure which one to get, I definitely recommend that one. Like I said, I ordered everything from Sally's, and I got the bleach, the lightener, and then at home I just prepared everything that I needed. So I'm going to put a little list of things that you'll need. So gloves, an old t-shirt, towels, hair bands, a tint brush, and a mixing bowl. And if you saw my last video, you know that I didn't have a tint brush, I just used a paintbrush, and honestly it worked. But pretty much I just got all that stuff ready and I went ahead with the bleach. So in total, I bleached my hair 2 times. The first time I only bleached the lengths and the ends of my hair using the 30 volume developer, and then the second time I went and used the 20 volume developer to bleach my roots. When it comes to bleach, you want to apply it as fast as you can, otherwise the hair is going to come out maybe a little bit lighter on one side because that side will have been processing for a longer time than the other side where you've just applied the bleach. I did use foils when I was bleaching the lengths of my hair. I know you'll see that in salons they use foils, but I don't think it's a good idea if you're a beginner. Foils are mainly just to help speed up the process of your hair lightening. It's not really necessary, it's just like an extra thing if you want your hair to process faster. But since you're doing it by yourself at home anyways, like, it doesn't really matter if it takes a little bit longer. At salons, they're trying to get through multiple clients, so that's why they might want to do it faster. If you're doing it at home, just skip the foils. It makes things a lot less stressful. As you guys saw in my other video, I had done foils, but the sections were a little bit too big, so then the hair that I had bleached was just super uneven, and I had to kind of go over it again when I was doing my roots. In place of foils, I think you should use a shower cap. Also helps trap the heat from your scalp, and that just helps things process faster, but it's a lot easier to handle than doing, separate foils for each strand of hair. I don't really feel like I need to explain how I mix up the bleach and the developer or how long I let it sit, because that's all there in my other video, and yeah, you guys can just watch that if you want to know. But in general, I think it's just good to make sure that you're checking on your hair every 10 minutes and don't leave the bleach on your hair more than 45 minutes at a time. If you leave the bleach on longer than 45 minutes, it will just dry out. The only thing it'll do is just damage your hair. It's not really going to effectively make it lighter. Make sure that after 45 minutes you wash it out, and then you can assess how light your hair has gotten if you want to do another process, and just kind of go from there. So after I bleached my lengths, then I just moved on to the roots, and this time I only let the bleach sit for around 10 to 20 minutes. I was just keeping a close eye on my hair and getting ready to rinse it out once it reached around a level 6 or level 7. Also keep in mind that your hair looks a lot lighter than it actually is when you have the bleach in your hair. Because bleach is like a whitish color, it makes your hair look like it's gotten a lot lighter, but after you wash it out, your hair is like a shade darker. Just a side note, I did use an ion booster, I don't remember what exactly it's called, but basically I put that in when I was mixing up the bleach. It is super inexpensive, around $2 or $3 from Sally's. I feel like that product really helped to keep my hair from becoming super damaged from the bleach. Also, one last thing for the section, be sure that you are using warm water instead of hot water when you rinse out the bleach, because your hair has just been through a lot and you don't want to be using burning hot water right after you've just freshly bleached your hair. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, but if you have any other questions, just comment them and I will go ahead and answer. It definitely was a pretty long process and I made a bunch of mistakes along the way, but overall I'm really happy with the way it turned out. My hair still feels really healthy. Make sure you are subscribed and turn on notifications because I am gonna do another video on my hair. And if you missed it, I am doing a giveaway on my channel. You can just check my last video for how to enter. I am collaborating with Hapa Kristen to give away colored contacts. I will be picking a winner soon, so make sure you enter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.